Okay, it's Valentine's weekend 2015. There's snow on the ground, and what better weekend to do haunted houses? Special haunted houses, blackout ones, where you're in the dark with a little glow stick. We went to one of our favorites, the Massacre out in Montgomery, Illinois. Blackout this time. What'd you think, Jim?
Well, I think for this instance, the Massacre definitely is a favorite. I happened to be there a couple months ago for the Christmas version of this, and I think the set pieces at that point, I had given it the highest rating then because it worked. You were able to fully see and appreciate the haunts as you were walking through them. If anything, with tonight's experience, I think from what we could see of the set pieces, they were, again, very, very well thought out, but the darkness in this case actually was somewhat of a subtraction because you were not able to get the full picture. I think the glow stick wasn't really quite as adequate a light source, maybe, to allow you to fully appreciate the rooms, and the fact, the randomness, which was great, don't get me wrong, still we found ourselves repeating ourselves and missing rooms that I thought were great from the first time around. So overall, again, a very, very good haunt experience. I would give it probably a 4 chainsaw out of 5 in this instance.
Okay. What did you think this time?
Well, first I have to say, Massacre is one of my all-time favorites. And that's at the, if you ask my favorite haunts, that's at, on the top of the list. And I love it. I know I gave it a 6 out of 5 for Halloween, and I love Christmas too. Christmas was fantastic. Now the Blackout, I didn't know what to expect. So, what I have to say, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, the acting was fantastic again, and there was a bunny in there that I thought was really cute. It was adorable, but all you had was a glow stick instead of, like, there was, like, very, very little light. And one of the things I love about the Massacre is the sets. I mean, it's so professional. It's like something like in a movie studio. Something you would see, on a movie set. I mean, that's what these sets are like. And that was the one thing that suffered from it was, being dark like that. You didn't get to see the full sets. I know the T-Rex and some of the props that are in there in the set design, you kind of lost it. Luckily, I knew, because I've been there several times, I know it, and so I knew what was what and what was supposed to be there. Of course, I didn't really get to see it very well. Especially there's that scene with the movie theater with the plane, that's outside the building, and I mean, you had to kind of really look for it because it was too dark. But overall, I still love the Massacre. I mean, the acting is always top notch. It's great. I always enjoyed it. So I'm still going to give it a 5, even though I do prefer it with lights. I'm not really that big of a fan of blackouts to begin with. I rather see the haunt. It's more about the acting and then the set design for me. That's what I look for. So, like I said, it's still a 5 just because I love Massacre, even though I preferred the Christmas haunt and the regular Halloween haunt. But I still love it.
What I have to say about the Massacre, first I'll just preface it by saying that this review is strictly about the Valentine haunt. This is not the standard Massacre haunt. This is not the way the Massacre normally is. Massacre is one of my favorites. It was one of our top haunts for 2014. It's an outstanding visual haunt. So this review is strictly for the blackout version of this. And I have to say, when you're in a visual haunt and you lose the visuals, the set design, the costuming, the makeup, when you lose that, it really detracts from the haunt. And I have to say, the Valentine portion, the blackout, average at best. I can't say that it was awful because it wasn't. The actors were still very good. Pedo the Clown, love Pedo the Clown. He's hilarious. Very funny guy.
Oh, he's fantastic.
And several of the other actors in there, they're funny.
Acting's great.
They're witty. They're enjoyable. And they followed us around through there, and that was a lot of fun. And still, you could see a little bit of the sets, and since we've been there several times, I know what the sets are, so I enjoy them, but at the same time, I miss them. Because we had brought other people who had not been to the Massacre before, and they couldn't take advantage of all the sets and the great set design. Because a blackout's a blackout. You have a little glow stick. Here's the glow stick right here. This is it for our entire group. And they took the glow stick away sometimes, too, so you didn't have it. So that's all you had.
So you had to feel your way through. You couldn't really...
The plus side is that I didn't feel like I was going to bump into something and fall or trip or anything. Been to other blackouts where that happens, so that was a definite plus. But the definite minus was all the great sets, couldn't really see them, and a lot of the actors, and it was pretty well populated with actors too. You miss the nuances of their characters because you can only see them when you're right in their face, and if you have the glow stick. But I have to say, extra points for Pedo the Clown and all the rest of the actors there. We love the Massacre. It's very enjoyable. But the Valentine's one, not one of my personal favorites. I'm going to give it a 3 this time around. And again, that's just for the Valentine's version. Rest of the Massacre is top-notch.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we went to another blackout haunt this time. One of our favorites, the Massacre. Not the blackout version, the regular version of the Massacre. Ursula, was your first visit there. What did you think?
I thought it was okay. I liked that when we first walked in, we seen Pedo the Clown. He was really good. I liked his makeup and his acting.
Pedo liked us too.
Exactly. So we went VIP and we went in. I don't like that they only gave us one glow stick for the group because it was hard to see because it's a blackout, but it was really black in there, and at points you couldn't see and you couldn't see the set. And I liked the actors in it. I thought they were pretty good. So
right.
I would give it
overall.
I'd give it a 3. I don't know if I'd go back for the blackout there.
But you go back for the Massacre.
Exactly.
All right.